Hi everybody, this is Diane from Reverse Aging. I want to thank you for tuning into the video and thank you everybody for coming today. Today is 2/20/20 and we are going over some tools, and I believe that if we can strengthen the immune system naturally, we might as well work on that before we age more or we get a reoccurrent issue, such as me. I used to have strep throat all the time, and I went to a very savvy, advanced medical clinic many years ago, and the people were from California, and they talked to me about nutritional supplementation and detoxification and filtered water, thank God. And I read the book Reverse Aging, and then I opened up Reverse Aging. So I'm one of the people that opened up one of the first infrared spas in the world, actually. And I wanted to go over one of the things that I really love people to do that's really easy, is that you can coconut oil pool in your own home, and you can do it very inexpensively. I use doTERRA because they're certified pure therapeutic grade to be free of herbicide, pesticide, and any other foreign contaminants. And to me that's important because the world's kind of toxic out there. And I love the spin brush, and this one spins, not just goes back and forth, it actually spins. And I love putting it next to my negative ion device because the bathroom can be very toxic when you flush the toilet. They say, you know, those hand devices just spread the germs, you know, the dryers all over the place. And so I like to put my brush, my toothbrush, my makeup application whenever I wear makeup, which is very rare now. I used to have to wear it because I had very dark circles and allergies and cystic acne, and now I hardly ever wear it unless I go out. And so this is my little negative ion generator that you can put in the bathroom. This is excellent for the kitchen. We make one for the refrigerator. And if you have cats or pets and you have a room that's maybe damp in the basement, you can get these little devices, and they're amazing. And I have sold bigger units from people buying these. These sell on the manufacturer's website for $50. I sell them for $45. So that's 10% off. That's half my commission. So if you want to do this, you want to go grab you want to first brush your teeth, gargle, get your tongue really well, get it back in the back of the tongue, get rid of some of that biofilm. Everybody has plaque, and a lot of people, their tongue isn't red anymore. It's yellow. So I'm going to take a photo of my tongue today because I haven't coconut oil pooled in a long time, and my birthday's coming up. And I noticed my tongue the other day, and I went, ooh, that's not as red as it used to be. So I'm going to coconut oil pool every day for 30 days, and I'll take a photo of my tongue, and then a photo of my tongue, and maybe a week, and then 2 weeks, and then at the end of the month, and some photos of my teeth. Because one of the things that I noticed the first time that I coconut oil pooled, I don't know, 10 years ago probably, is that I noticed that the cracks in my teeth looked a lot better, and that my teeth were whiter, and that I had way less plaque on my teeth. And when you think about your mouth, this is where disease starts. A lot of times people get recurrent infections, diverticulitis, colitis, and they don't understand that it can start on their teeth. And you know, a lot of times the doctors don't even talk to them about this. So yeah, your teeth and your mouth are where a lot of the disease starts. So I use the On Guard toothpaste, and you can go to pubmed.gov. You can look up any condition and then look at what they're using for that condition. If you have alopecia, if you have psoriasis, you can look up psoriasis. Boom, all of these different medical studies are going to come up. You know, you can go to the doctor too, but you can also do your own research, and then that way when you go to the doctor, you can say, hey, I want this prescription. Okay, So the On Guard, you can look up on pubmed.gov, and it's effective for MRSA and 99.9% of germs. This month, which is 2020, when you spend $100, they give you a free bottle of On Guard roll-on. So this is in fractionated coconut oil, and they make an On Guard drops, they make an On Guard toothpaste, they make an On Guard mouthwash, they make an On Guard spray, they make an On Guard laundry detergent, hand sanitizer, soap, and a few other products, little beadlets. They make capsules, and the essential oil you can diffuse, and you can also drink in your water. It's amazing. It's clove, rosemary, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and I'm missing one, wild orange. And in their capsules, they actually put melissa and black pepper, which are heat shock proteins, and that helps raise the body core temperature up. So some of these are heaters, and when you have a cold or the flu, to raise the body core temperature up, some of these are mixed together to, scientifically be a little more effective. So some of these have those 5 ingredients that I just listed and a few more. And like the toothpaste, for instance, it's going to have fennel and a couple other like peppermint essential oils in them. So if you're going to do the coconut oil pulling, you want to brush your teeth, brush your tongue, put your toothbrush in a sterile environment. A lot of people leave it next to the sink. Well, there's a hole in the sink, and that hole in the sink is going into the sewers, and on a windy day, that air is coming up. The air is also always coming up out of there, and sometimes you see centipedes or 1,000-leggers or bugs that come out of there. So there are bugs. The most important thing that I can tell you about the coconut oil pooling is about the coconut oil that you get. Excuse me. And you can get, the cheapest way to do it is you go and you get edible coconut oil. When you get the edible coconut oil, you want to make sure when you're choosing them that there's no yellow on the bottom, because when you go, you're going to see that some of them are more yellow. So you want to get the whitest one, and if you look here, that's going to be fractionated. See those little kind of clouds in there? Well, that's called that's fractal images. This is not fractionated, but there's fractal images in this, and that's how you can tell. If you just get a dense one that you can't see all these little images in there, that's not going to be the best one. You want the more fractal images, the more energy that is in that coconut oil. I like to use this because it's smaller. Now again, I'm a distributor for doTERRA. If you want to go online, it's mydoterra.com/reverse aging, and you can get wholesale. You can go to my website, buy these devices, or they are devices, tools, edible essential oils, and you can diffuse them. So you're working on your limbic system. These do cross, some of them do cross the blood-brain barrier. And when you get viruses and colds, that can affect your nose and your sinuses. So when that pure water is coming out, you want to do filtered water in your diffuser. You can use distilled, or if you have a shower filter, use the water from there. You should have a shower filter. That's going to be the best thing in the world for your skin. I hear Dr. Oz and all kinds of different people talking about different skin lotions that you can purchase, and never have I heard any of them say anything about a shower filter. So think about your hair, your skin, your nails, your blood, your brain, and your DNA, and think about taking out the chloramine and the chlorines. The chloramines are like Lysol, disinfectant, ammonia, and then the chlorine is going to be antimicrobial as well. But when you mix the chlorine and the chloramines together, it makes a hexagonal toxic equation of a hexagonal shape, like a stop sign, product, you know, when you mix things together. It's kind of like when you take 3 meds, you're really taking 4, because those 3 meds mixed together actually make the 4th result. So, yeah, the chlorine and the chloramines, I have an awesome shower filter. If you're interested in that, just text me. I'll put that at the bottom. It's always best to text me, and then I can call you back. But shower filter for your skin, your hair, your nails, your blood, your brain, breathing that stuff in, your lungs, respiratory. You know, when you're thinking about viruses, you want to think about, how do I get viruses? You breathe them in, they get in your eyes because they're watery. Your ears, you can get viruses from breathing them in, your sinuses, your mouth, you know, touching your face and things like that. So, hair on my face here. So if you were to use a device that actually works on your cranial nerves and your limbic system while you sleep at night, and you're using, let's just say, lavender. Lavender is a natural antihistamine. Many people have noted that it's excellent for pain. If you look up lavender on PubMed.gov, you'll see probably a few thousand medical studies on lavender for pain, and that it reduced, in one study, it reduced people's need for pain pills and opiates after they had gastric bypasses, I think. Gastric bypass? Stomach surgery, one of those stomach surgeries. And so you can diffuse this. It can work on the cellular level. Think of your hair, your skin, your nails, your blood, your brain. And what about your DNA over a period of time? Breathing these in and working on your limbic system, working on your hormones when you sleep, or when you just go home and you've left this going all day long. All of the, if you were to use something that's antimicrobial, think about your carpeting, your closets, your bed, your pets. I believe that it helps everything become more sterile, especially when you're using it in conjunction with some other devices that are really good for germs as well. So, I'm going to use the fractionated coconut oil. I'm a distributor, so I get wholesale. You don't have to do this as a business. You can just become a wholesale distributor, and a wholesale buyer. You don't have to. There we go. You don't have to distribute. You can just buy wholesale, which is 20% off, and you'll be able to get little deals when they have them because you're a distributor. So if you spend $100, you get a free bottle of On Guard essential oil. This is going to be in a roll-on form in some fractionated coconut oil. This will be red. So I'm going to get the side of my neck here, and maybe my cheek. So instead of blush, did you see how red that got? Yeah. So yes, you can put these on your lips. You're not going to use this on other people. I don't like sharing my roll-ons with anybody. But this is mine. We have a spray bottle for your hands, sterilize your hands, and you can always do that before you start brushing your teeth and working on touching your face, washing your face. Always a really good idea. Spraying your car, your steering wheel, the handles, everything that you touch in there. And instead of using those wipes with chlorine and Clorox and Lysol and contaminants and supporting the pharmaceutical company, you can do it naturally and get the 99.9% benefits as well without all the chemicals. That to me makes sense. And this hand spray is, I don't even want to say how much it is. Maybe $6.50 wholesale. I don't know what it is. Here is the mouthwash, which you can also do too. So you want to get a drop of peppermint essential oil, and then you can take the fractionated coconut oil, or you can take the store-bought stuff. So you would take a spoon, okay, always metal, not plastic, and you take the spoon, put a drop of either On Guard or a variety of other essential oils, as long as they're edible, I like to use peppermint or On Guard essential oil. Sometimes I use the Breathe too, but the Breathe is supposed to be topical or aromatic, but I'm not ingesting it, it's just in my mouth, okay? So again, you want to check the bottom, make sure it's white. You take 1 tablespoon, 1 drop of your edible essential oil, you put it in your mouth for 5 to 20 minutes. Now, it starts to get liquidy, and I like this one better because it's not so thick at the end like it is when you use it with this. And fractionated actually means that it's smaller. It's going to get deeper into your cells, and that's why you want to use fractionated coconut oil. You can also use the medium chain triglycerides in a bigger bottle. That's probably, you know, $25. I like to use this because I get wholesale and I know that it's fractionated and smaller. They make the On Guard mouthwash. You can also put a couple drops of this in there. And believe me, the first time that you do this, it is going to be an experience. And you can do it while you shower, but it's always best to do it first thing in the morning. And the reason being is it's biofilm. So things grow at night while you're sleeping. Your immune system is supposed to take care of these things. But with the food and the vegetables and the fungus and the air and the germs that we've all been exposed to, and the toxins, the heavy metals, the mercury, the aluminum, you know, in the vaccinations, in the air, in the food, because, you know, people are using them for cooking. They used mercury to pan for gold, and they still do. So these things are omnipresent. They're in your DNA, they're even in my DNA, but they're way less in my DNA because I was lucky enough to go to a clinic 20 years ago, and I was open to the information, and I started to detoxify. So luckily, I found this infrared sauna 20 years ago because I can't imagine what I'd look like. I had to wear makeup. I had really bad allergies. In the morning I'd get up, I would expectorate every morning. My nose ran all day long, and I was one of those little kids with the runny noses. So yeah, my immune system has been saved. But I do many things. I also use the essential oils in all of my food, which is going to be our next segment. Okay, so everybody's mouths are getting really full, and you can't really talk to me on what you're noticing, but we'll have you guys expectorate, which brings me to the last segment of the video. When you expectorate, if you expectorate into the sink, think about the bacteria from your mouth, then it's going down into the sink or into the toilet, then you're putting more bacteria. So I like this, and that's what that garbage can is over there. So you want to grab that, and then just, you can kind of pass it down to everybody, and then everybody can, thank you. Everybody can, yeah, that's the spray. Everybody can spray their hands when they're finished, and then we'll talk about our experience. And let's see, so everybody's had that oil in their mouths for about 20 minutes, and that's as far as you want to go. You don't need to do over 20 minutes, that's for sure, because it's unnecessary and you have too much in your mouth. And if you need to expectorate during the time because your mouth is too full, that's great. So thank you very much. I hope that you learned a lot. I have had many medicinal benefits from this, besides my tongue turning red, you know, over the kind of white, you know, kind of blackish. My teeth have been whiter. I've noticed the cracks go, and many people notice differences in allergies, digestion, because again, that's plaque. This is the beginning of your digestive tract. So thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. And again, you can text me. My website is Reverse Aging Naturally, and I am practitioner of nothing, just so you know. You always want to go to your physician to get diagnosed and for treatment of disease, and I do believe in cultures and blood work. You can get a script for that, go down to Quest Diagnostics, get it done, and pay, you know, $150 to see what's going on. And there are a lot of things that are asymptomatic, and sometimes people think that they have prostate issues when they actually have E. coli in their bladder. So there's a lot of things going on that people don't, that sometimes people can miss, and I do think that you should get that done actually seasonally, you know, every 6 months minimally, you know, twice per year. And I do believe that sometimes that can save a life.